Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm allowing Zoom and Facebook again to connect. This is Wisdom and Wealth Wednesday. Good morning. Wisdom and Wealth Wednesday. Come on in, everyone. Come on in. We're going to talk about not allowing your debt to bully you. I know it probably can feel that way sometimes. I'm inviting our other group. And while I'm doing this, and I'm sure that if you haven't plugged in, if you haven't signed on yet, you'll replay this hopefully and you'll hear. So I'm just going to make a couple of announcements up at the beginning. But if you have not YouTube, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Christine Roebuck, you'll definitely want to do that because I'm going to start streaming from my YouTube channel. So, and I'm really excited about that. And you don't want to miss. I want to stay connected with everyone that I possibly can. God is really moving me. And so I will be streaming in on Instagram from time to time and YouTube. And I'm excited about it. I don't know why I can't find this, this button, but I will. I always do. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I think I can see Minister Lisa Latrice, but I just can't find my share button. Oh, there it is. I am plugging in the Debt Free Lounge. And I don't know if Facebook, if there was a way to actually do this all at one time. But nevertheless, good morning. Good morning. Yes, I see Minister Lisa Latrice. Hello, hello. And everyone else will catch up with us when they join us. But listen, Wisdom and Wealth Wednesday, good morning and welcome. And those of you who will replay this, I am Chris Roebuck, founder and CEO of Live My Life Debt Free. I love helping people to live a debt-free life through teaching financial literacy, just simple steps, simple things that you can do to make your life much easier, make your life much more, your finances much more easier to manage. Today I wanted to talk about, I've been talking about the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about the AAA threat, which I am going to teach a class on, a AAA threat to debt. It is a threat to debt when you have control over it, or even when you're preparing to control, preparing yourself and educating yourself to take control over your debt. It's a threat. So, but we've been talking about assessing your debt, accepting your debt. And so today I wanted to talk about, I kind of alluded to it last week, attacking it. So, and then it occurred to me, sometimes your debt, it can feel like you're being bullied by your debt because it just seems like, there's a mountain of debt and it's tough to get a hold of it. So today, and this is going to be short and sweet and to the point, today I'm just encouraging you to attack your debt. ATTACK. Attack the damage, attack whatever it is that you may have accumulated. Now, granted, some people it was just beyond their control. It could have been loss of a spouse, a loved one, or something, or an illness, can sometimes contribute to, a high amount of debt. So, but nevertheless, it's there. So, and it can feel like it is just beating you up. So I want you to attack it. There has to be a plan. So first thing, and if you're driving, don't write, but if you can, just write these three things down. One, two, three. Yeah. And then there's a fourth, but that's something else. But I want you to look at it. You have to look at it. You can't attack what you can't see. And for some reason, and I say this so much because I hear it a lot. I hear, where, some people just say, hey, I just don't want to see it. I'll just put my mail in the drawer. I just, it's just easier for some people not to confront it. It's easier for them not to look at it. So look at it. Look at your credit reports. Look at your mail. If you've ever taken one of my workshops, you know that I always say the best way to get your power back is to open your mail. Get your power back. The stack might seem pretty high, but that could be because you have 3 or 4 of the same, from the same company, in that pile. So once you go through it, it's really not that, the stack really isn't that big at all. So attack your debt, and this is attack the damage, and this is one way you have to look at it. In order to know what you're working against and what you're working with, you have to look at it. And listen, this is a lifelong journey. So even if you probably say, well, I knew that, okay, then just continue to practice it and continue to get better at it, because you're going to always need these tools, period. This is something that we will always live with, is learning how to manage our finances well. In the Bible, God knew that we would have to know how to be good stewards over what he has placed in our hands. So there is, the blueprint is in the word of God. And God has given us given everything that we need in order to be able to be a good steward and do the things that he expects us to do. But we have choices, and many times we don't choose to take care of, and to there's just, sometimes it's just overwhelming, and we don't, we just don't do it, because it just feels better not to. However, it's going to always be there. When you turn around and you look again, it's going to be there. The next time you take a look at your mail in that drawer, when you get ready to put more mail in there, that mail is still going to be there. So, all right, so do something about it. Plan. If your plan isn't working, then you need to get a different plan. And I'm going to tell you a short story, because I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories, real stories about real people. But then next you have to do something. First, you have to look at it. Next, you have to do something about it. All right. So if your plan that you have been using is not working for you, it's not yielding any good fruit, then you need to get a different plan. Because we're in the month of February now. If you do everything the same way you did it last year and it didn't work for you last year, here's a news flash. It's not going to work for you this year. So you need to get a new plan. You really need to ask an expert in this area. If everything that you've done, done everything that you know to do, then you need to ask an expert. Maybe it's not me, maybe it's somebody, at your bank or your credit union, maybe it's someone that you have dealt with before, whatever, but you need to do something. And whatever you do, start. That's number 3. You have to get started. Because if you just think about, well, this isn't working, I guess I'll just keep doing it the same way that I've been doing it, but it's not working. And I'm just going to I'm just going to stay here. No, you have to get started. You have to do something about it. This is the month to move. January, we planned, we, talked about our vision, we did all this stuff, but now you have to move. You have to do something. Mark my word, as my brother used to say, if you don't start moving, you're going to find yourself. And I'm doing a class on exploding out of a financial, 5 things you need to know about exploding out of a financial quicksand. And that is going to be March the 18th. I'll be talking about that later. But if you don't move, you are going to get yourself caught up in a financial quicksand, and you're going to be there until December. So I'm just saying. February is the month to move. You got to get going. You got to do something. I mean, I've been talking about this even before today. I've been talking about, moving. You have to move. You got to do something. So here's the short story. Yesterday, I had a wealth builder to reach out, and they said to me, I really need your help. Okay, no problem. Let's talk. We had a nice chat. And the bottom line was that that they really had been intending to reach out, but they wanted to try to help themselves. And that is awesome. I commended that person. I said, great job. You have been trying to do something. And it was they were really on the right track, but there was some other things that they could do that could have really, had they reached out sooner, it could have shortened the time that they've spent and that they're going to have to spend in order to see the results they want to see. And that's okay. We learn from our mistakes. We just get better, when we do reach out and we get help. Have you ever tried to nurse a cold until you just believe I'm going to get better, and then it turns into like a bronchitis infection or something or a sinus infection, but you were doing everything that you could until you just couldn't take the pain anymore, so you went to the doctor. Anybody ever, if you've ever experienced that or done that, just put a 1 in the comment section. Just put a 1 there if you have ever done that, if that's ever been you. So at any rate, this individual said, there's a goal that they have, but they just don't know whether it's going to happen because they aren't where they had expected to be. And of course, we just, we talked about a few things. It was determined that there's an account that was on her credit report. And I've said, it doesn't matter. You don't know who it is. And I'm not calling any names, that should have been off some time ago. There was it should have been discharged. It should have been taken off of her credit report. But she didn't know that she needed to show the letter or submit the letter of the release. She didn't know that she could go online and dispute it and submit that information. So nevertheless, it's not too late. So now she'll be able to do that. That release is going to show that account clear. And I'm telling you, it is going to boost her credit score. But my point in telling the story is she really tried the best that she could. And but there was just something that she didn't know to do. And it's okay not to know everything, wealth builders, generational wealth builders. You don't have to know everything. I don't know everything, but I know the one who knows everything. And even in areas that's not my area of expertise, I will call my chief marketing officer if I don't know how to fix whatever it is that I need to fix, or do whatever it is that I need to do for the back office of Live My Life Debt Free. I'll try to help myself but I'm not going to waste, an entire week trying to, do that. I'm going to call the person who knows how. So that's what I'm excited. I'm really excited, about it. And then there was just a couple of other things. This person's credit score is going to really skyrocket because of a few other things that we discussed. Um, and it was just through just having a chat. But now she is going to do the work. And this is definitely not the person that even just shared this morning. This was someone else yesterday. So, what am I saying, wealth builders? I'm saying to reach out, grab a hold of the lifeline, get some help if what you're doing isn't working. If what you're doing is working, keep doing that, because, and just be patient with, yourself, because it's going to take time. Keep doing whatever you're doing if it's working. If you're yielding the results that you really want to yield and that you need to yield, keep doing what you're doing. So, all right. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. The wisdom and wealth Wednesday tip is to attack the damage. Don't allow your debt to bully you. Attack it. There was a question that said, hey, I have some small bills that, have become delinquent, and some are even charge offs. Should I pay those off before, because I'm trying to buy a house? Should I? Absolutely. And, and those, this person that asked the question, it was only like $106. But sometimes when you've got like 5 of them and they all just are small amounts and they add up to be, you don't really look at the amount that they add up to be, but you're looking at what is delinquent, that the number of accounts that are delinquent, then it becomes overwhelming. So just take one and pay off one and then go to the next one. Don't allow it to bully you. Take, just you attack the damage. You take control over it. Don't allow the small accounts to make you feel like you're never going to get out, because you will. So today, February is the month that you have to start. You have to move. You can't sit there and just work on your vision and look at your spending plan and never do anything. You have to get going in the month of February. So if you're going to get going, just put, I'm already going, or I'm going to do it. Whatever it is, just put that in the comment section there. Just, I am going, and because this is just a level of accountability when I ask you to do that. Because I just refuse. As long as you are coming on, or if you're replaying this, or if you're somewhere in the community, you're going to hear me say, I am not going to allow you to stay there. That's just not going to happen. That is not what this community, that's not our culture. You just can't just lay down and stay, in the desert and, see the airplane flying above you and not even lift up your head, to wave or to say, hey, I'm right here, or bring me some water or something. No, it's not going to happen. You can't stay there. You have to get moving. You have to move. There is no other choice. Quitting is not an option. So the coach side of me is coming out this morning. Oh, yes. And, if your toes are bloody right now, great. I'm glad. If you're replaying this and you just needed a little bit of a push, well, I am pushing you with so much love right now. I don't want to see you stay where you were last year. If you were in this place last February, you need to get up. It's time out, for that, no, you need to get up. So I'm just going to take a quick look at your comments if you have questions. Hey, Brother Keith, I see, hi there, Sister Ruby, and oh, Brother Ricky, hi there. Thanks for joining us today. Sister Renee Gillum, thank you so much for being on. Minister Shirley Bailey, Minister Lisa Latrice, Prophetess Lakita Corey, thank you so much for being here. and I see your commitments, I will hold you to them, and don't think I won't call you out. I see you. I see you, Ricky. I'm gonna say you said I'm not staying here. It's time to make more moves. That's right. I wanted to show. You said no dry bones, Lisa. All right. Okay, great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I will definitely call you out and I'll hold you to it. Um, there's something that I want to, since you are the ones that are on here and those of you who will replay, and I will probably be asking this question because it's really been burning in my heart. But what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at your bank statement today and ask, take a look and say and see if you have more withdrawals than you do deposits. Now, Ricky McGee, you and I, because it's daily, it might not be that way, but it could. Because let me tell you, entrepreneurs sometimes spend more money. I mean, as fast as they can earn it. But we definitely have learned over the years, right, Ricky? But take a look and see if you have more withdrawals than deposits and you are trying your hardest to get out of debt. There is your answer. If you have more withdrawals than you do deposits and you're trying to get out of debt and you're trying to change your lifestyle, then I wouldn't, and a lot of experts won't agree with me on this, but I would not say look for another stream of income if you're not controlling, if you're not managing what you are earning well, because that means that you're going to mismanage more money when you earn more if you're not managing what you have already well. Yes, I know the season that we're living in a pandemic, but our mindset in this community should be as though we are not in a pandemic. We need to know how to operate when we come out of the pandemic, that we are on top of our game. So if you are able to learn and to live, uh, um, beneath your means, uh, you know, if you learn beneath your means, or not spend more money than you earn, then you are going to be on track when this is all over. So, and even afterwards, not beneath your privileges, but live within your means, not beneath your means, live within your means, live within your means. Somebody type that in for me, because that is what I meant. Live within your means, meaning do not you spend more than you earn, so at any rate, that's your assignment today, because that is going to give you a clear view of where your money is going, what you are doing, and what you need to change. So that's basically all I wanted to stop by to say today, is to attack the damage. Don't let your debt bully you, but you get it under control. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I want to make sure there are no questions. Oh, I see Victoria Wanda Collins. Thank you so much for being here. Um, you said, Minister Bailey. That's right. No, I'm not playing. Thank you so much, everybody. Listen, next week, you definitely don't want to miss next week, because there will be a challenge and not a tip. Okay. But today's challenge, though, you already heard what it is. Look at your bank statement. It will tell on you. Okay. So don't act surprised when you see what you're going to see. Have a super day, everybody. God bless you. God keep you. And make sure that you share this with someone who need to hear about them getting their money under control and not allowing their money to bully them. Peace and power from God.